Hello everybody, my name is Anthnwam. Welcome to a brand new video on Precipice. This is a game I played about 2.5 years ago. I think at this point it's like mid-2019. But what Precipice is, it is a animal-based Cold War board game. I remember having a lot of fun with it, so it's like, why not jump back into it and give it a try? So here on the we do have like Hyena Gaddafi. But what I've been wanting to do on the channel is just kind of create a few more, either like one-off videos of these various games that I've been wanting to try out or, revisit, in the case of Precipice. But we will just play on the classic map. We'll just start right away. I've played this before, so I don't really need a tutorial. We'll just play as, they've actually changed the names. Aquilia and Houston. I'm assuming this probably means something. I'm not too sure why they really changed the names. I find that a little bit strange. Like Brazil still's got the name Brazil. But which bonuses do we want here? Just taking clandestine activities. Australia's improved. Canada's improved. If you get anything that's like more than just one country. India, Indonesia, Israel, South Korea. Can't put agents into different countries could also be useful. I think some of the good ones are down here. We actually haven't unlocked those quite yet. You need to get like more experience. So I guess we'll just go nobody in Iraq. I think it's like they're all like one country. We can probably like try to maintain holds in like say South Korea. Let's go South Korea, and right now India is more pro-Soviet. So actually let's improve actions in India. I think that actually what we should do instead of doing South Korea, we should do somewhere where it's not pro-America to begin with. Indonesia's a little bit neutral. I think Greece will be pro-us. Egypt, I think they're more pro-Soviet. Let's go with Egypt as well. Commit to that. It's not a war game. Both you and your rival possess necessary firepower to annihilate each other with a push of a button. Path to victory will require diplomacy, subterfuge, misdirection, and a lot of bravery. So here we are. Basically what we need to do is we need to get ourselves up to this many victory points, which is 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 victory points in order to secure ourselves the victory. Right now we have 4. Soviets right now are at 5. Because we need to try to get either a majority in these certain subsections or have united fronts, which I think is having every single province belong to you, or every single country belong to you. Right now we have just NATO, which is the NATO countries, and of course Soviet Union. They do begin with the Warsaw Pact, being aligned with them, and we can see that in South Asia we've also got really a majority of them are ours. Yes, we have 4. How did the Soviets have 5 then? So we have a majority. We have 3 out of the 5 down here. I'm assuming Warsaw Pacts were 2. They might have a majority in... do they have a majority in East Asia? I don't think they have a majority in South America either. So I'm really not too sure. They might actually have a majority in the Arab League looking at this. But either way, we just need to beat the USSR. We have 40 turns to do so. We gotta also make sure we don't nuke the entire world into oblivion. We have a couple of spies down here. We got 30% detection. We get a little bit of bonuses depending on what country you want to go to. We can either try to get a united front in South Asia, like get India and Myanmar on our side. Call Myanmar is like Burma in this. Just Burma, okay. We can try to get these guys on side. We don't need to worry about it right now. Get me the hell out of here. You also got a couple of resources. Regional scoring. You guys are demand for resources. Eventually, like, we're going to need resources to do certain activities. We can see, like, these are the countries that produce oil. These are the countries that produce grain, manufacturing. Because I'm pretty sure these are kind of randomized depending on which playthrough. I think someone like oil is, I think, a little bit more goes in the beginning. But if we look at, let's say, manufacturing supplies, the USSR has got a big advantage. I mean, they got Pakistan. Actually, Pakistan's pro us. They got India. They got East Germany here. Got China. I guess we actually have South Korea. So maybe it's actually a little bit more even. We're getting decent resources here. Start off with. We get opportunities for all of you. We have trade agreements right now with nobody, and you are... I actually don't know what this one represents. It doesn't really matter. We have our 3 spies. A couple of armies we can also deploy as well. Spies are very, very, very important in Precipice. We'll be attempting to try to assassinate Soviet spies, and if you don't have any spies yourself, It basically handicaps you for the rest of the game. But I think because we have our bonus here in India, I think it makes sense, because you also, this is basically your currency, we have $5 per turn. I think it makes sense for us to deploy an agent here. And basically having an agent make some of these other things more effective. 85% chance. I think is that a 100% chance of discovery? I don't know, but we'll feel some protest here. And these little pips are basically the stability of the country. And we want to kind of reduce that as much as we possibly can. We'll hold off on that for now. We got one spy down here in India. We could try to reduce power in Argentina. Like, Soviet Union's got a very, very big backing there. I think it makes more sense for us to try to find somewhere we can get a united front. South Asia, East Asia, I mean, like, it's going to be difficult basically no matter where we want to look at. Sub-Saharan gives you a ton of points, but there's also a stupid amount of countries over there. I think just focusing maybe on South America makes most amount of sense for us. So maybe we do some diplomacy. We got a 55% chance of success. Foreign aid, 75% chance. Let's give a little bit of foreign aid to Central America to get a little bit more stability. Thank you. And we got a 60% chance that they'll be happy with us. Not so different. Okay. So they're not quite on our side quite yet. I don't know if we can trade agreements at the moment. We could also recall our spy from here. That makes sense? I'm going to. Just because I don't trust the Soviets not just immediately shoot them. Yeah, see what the Soviet Union is doing. Doing some diplomatic talks with Chile. Really going to try to get Chile on their side. And they signed a trading agreement with Mexico. I don't remember exactly how you trade. I don't actually remember how to do it. There's also some bonuses we can do here. Space race and lunar landings. Both those actually matter. Martial law, space race. It costs us 1 production and $1, but I still think it's probably worthwhile. We're now 5% in this. Honestly, I'm going to put a little bit more. If you get over the satellite, it actually allows you to maybe assassinate enemy spies a little bit easier, which would be nice for us. Let's do more diplomacy here. 75% chance, deploy agents, counter. You could always invade, but invading will make the United Nations really not happy with you. We'll take the 85% chance to get them on the side. They didn't really seem to be as interested there, unfortunately. But again, we have 40 turns. 40 turns to turn this all around. Ivory Coast is needing 17 raw materials. Soviet Union is also making progress in the space race, unfortunately. So, Ivory Coast, they want raw materials. Right now, I have 4, I think. Counter spy, invade, foreign aid. I gotta remember how to actually trade. So, actually, what are their perks? They complete trade agreements in 7 turns out of 8. USA cannot deploy agents on Mali. They get better activities in Bulgaria. I mean, Bulgaria is already really pro-Soviet, so it makes no sense for me to even try to go for them. Find a country. History. Okay, so none of this stuff really matters. And I want Central America on side. 1 more point, 85%. Okay, they are now... There's an election coming up. Okay. We've now got at least 1 more country here, which gives us a majority of South America, giving us a few more victory points. Quite nice. Arab League is still going to be tough. What would be nice is if we can get the Soviets not to have power in the Arab League, it would reduce their point value, which seems good. What, South Asia, we can maybe get a majority. You're not already my friend. Counter spy. Let's deploy an agent in Indonesia. But insurgency, 50% chance. Let's do it. Let's throw some guns in Indonesia. Seems fine. We're also completely out of money immediately. And I'm assuming I can't. Yeah, I can't do anything there right now. Not too spies. I mean, we can't deploy spies right now, unfortunately. So, progress in space race, more diplomatic talks with Peru. So, at least they're really trying to focus on getting South America on their side, which I mean is understandable. Foreign aid, counter spy, diplomacy. We could coup. I mean, it's only got a 30% chance of actually succeeding, which probably is like not great. So if we want to reduce stability, it makes the coup easier to actually There we go. So now we got a 45% chance. Gonna cost a lot of materials. I'm not gonna draw agents quite yet. The 5 resources. Japan. Got diplomacy here. Station troops, deploy agent. If you do station troops, it does mean that they cannot be invaded by the Soviet Union, because you can't engage in direct combat with the Soviets. If they have Soviet troops anywhere, you can't actually move troops in. But if we were to theoretically invade, say, Vietnam, put some troops in there, we got a 6% chance to fight. Put more units there. It does cost a little bit of money, but, you know, war in Vietnam, I think, makes sense for us. Soviet Union might object to that in the future, but hopefully it's not going to be that big of a deal. Diplomacy. Just trying to remember how exactly you do the trade deals. Foreign aid does prove stability here. You are technically a part of Denmark, but they're not too happy with us. So, you know, we'll actually put a little bit of foreign aid into Spain, just so they're not going to be so angry with us. And what about you guys? Foreign aid, invade, diplomacy, 55% chance. You're part of the Arab League. Again, it's very, very pro-Soviet. So if we were doing anything in the Soviet Union, we'd want to probably just invade Iraq. We don't have any... Wait, can I not put a spy here? Spain, diplomacy. It's only got a 10% chance of actually doing anything at all. What about down here? 55% chance. Let's do a little bit of talks with Thailand. See if we can maybe get them a little happier with us. Soviet Union is forming a formal announcement of invasion in Vietnam. Let's justify the war. Soviet Union is in a broad invasion of Vietnam for the United Nations Security Council because you hold veto powers. The UN cannot intervene. But if we keep fighting this out, we don't withdraw. Right here's the thing with the whole UN is that if we withdraw now, it's going to make us look weak to the international community. We don't want to do. But if we push our luck too much, people are still not going to be happy with us. But I'm going to refuse to withdraw. Now, see, you can see Argentina, because the Soviet Union is actually pushing this too much, Argentina thinks that they're actually escalating too much, but I will withdraw as true. So now we can see, basically, Brazil and Spain are now a little bit weaker with us. They've actually left our alliances, which is not great. So maybe the invasion of Vietnam was not great. Also made Vietnam even more pro-Soviet. But let's just say that was me showing the game mechanic. Diplomacy, invade. They need raw materials. A little bit of diplomacy here. I want them back on my side. 5. Come on, Brazil. Come on, Brazil. Instead of putting one more point, we're gonna put one more point to the space race, because Soviet Union's already at 73%. Damn. You might need to throw a lot of money into the space race. Okay, and they also found out where my spy is, so my agent's been assassinated. Excellent. And I don't believe you can get them back ever. Investing in Iraq, did not find any agents. Martial law. No, just keep on investing in the space race. There we go. Just the stupid amount of money on this. Coalition of Arab states led by Egypt and Syria have launched a surprise attack on Israel-held territory. Egyptian and Syrian forces have crossed ceasefire lines to enter the Sinai Peninsula and the Golan Heights. The invasion has thus far been repelled by the Israelis. Israeli counterattack has pushed them deep into Syrian-held territory. You're being called upon to assist. You may already be too late. Israel and Syrian instability has fallen. Domestic civil unrest has increased. That's probably not great. There's actually a war going on over here, which I don't think actually was a thing that happened before, if I'm remembering correctly. The Soviet Union's investing heavily in Syria. That we probably want to... One, we can station troops and provide some foreign aid to the country. Thank you, thank you. And again, I think I do want to keep on investing in the space race. Because we can get lunar landed, it gives us 2 free victory points. But I also do need Brazil on my side. And there's unrest building in our country. 100% chance that your rival will be removed from power if they try to attempt to start a nuclear war. Okay, I mean, that's good to know. Can't really do anything this turn. But we gotta really be seeing kind of like what's going on here. A long-term trade agreement with Mexico would earn her loyalty. That's not good, because I need to protest, counter, and spy. How am I like... Trade, okay, so we got trade opportunity. We have decent oil. China needs oil. Yeah, so we have to basically see who wants to trade. Brazil wants material goods. Aid. I mean, they need this. How much do they need? I've noticed that we don't have the vision here, which we have in China. I'll do a trade agreement with them. And that's going to cost us 2. Thailand, we have a lot of oil, so maybe that's why we're able to maybe trade. I'm not too sure, actually. A trade agreement with Peru. And aside from that, maybe a trade agreement with Iraq. Or Saudi Arabia. A trade agreement with you. Let's just build up the trade agreements, then immediately fund the space race. Okay, so we're now funding our lunar lander. And as far as I know, if there's a spy within this region, we will discover him immediately. Right now we have no money, so we gotta kind of skip our turn. Really discovering anything yet. I'm really sad that I've lost the spy already. My text was a rock. More space race. No, the Soviets haven't actually done anything successful with them quite yet. And we're trading with Peru, China, and I think it was Thailand? What agents? No. Back to trade opportunity. North Korea wants some stuff, but we can't do that. Brazil still wants some raw materials. And I'm still not too sure. Maybe it's because we don't have a +3, but maybe if they're... I was going to say they're pro one side, then maybe they wouldn't, but no. China's already pro-Soviet, and they're not... They entered a trade agreement with us. Who were we talking with before? We were talking with Thailand. Or was it not? Was it Thailand? Who are we talking to that we had like 75% support with? Yeah, trade agreement with Iran. Seems okay. No support. Our support in South America is really dropped. That's kind of a problem. Boy, agents. That's 2 points. Counter spies 1. Oh no, it's Brazil that we were talking to, right? Okay, now they're a little bit upset with us though. Okay, so some points. Stop not liking me. That doesn't help me at all. I will invest at least 1 more point to the space race. I'm trying to think, like, where would Soviet... Like, where would Soviet spies be located? Can I send a spy into the USSR? Let's try to infiltrate the KGB. Regions were Soviet. So I think... I don't think they have any spies deployed. Based on what we just saw there. I don't think they have any spies out on the field. Still's just being a pain in the ass. Give them some foreign aid. Not... Protest. Protest reduces their power. Okay. Cat Mexico. I want you on my side. We kind of need more strong allies. I've kind of, I've made life harder. Yeah, it seems like the AI really likes just focusing on trying to get one country at a time, which maybe is actually the correct move to do. One more 85% chance. God damn it. Okay. One more. 85% chance. There we go. Mexico's back on our side. I want to still get Brazil up here. But they're still not too happy with us. Intelligence services uncovered compelling evidence the Soviet Union is supporting rebellion to sovereign nation Thailand. Presenting world crisis. Do I want to... Let's protest. Present our case to the United Nations. Soviet Union plainly say that they will not build up fully by the United States or anywhere else. Our insurgents are disabling Argentina. Soviet Union has deployed a spy, apparently. Okay, so by doing that, India, Poland, and China all think that Soviet Union is weak. But Germany's a little bit upset that we think we're escalating world tension a little bit too much. But I think overall that was still actually pro us. Chile also needs 32 food. I only have 22 food though. But I will open a trade agreement with Chile. Okay, maybe get them on side. And China, you seem like you're maybe willing to cooperate. But I also want to get frickin' Brazil on our side at some point. Okay, more diplomacy. Just one more diplomacy. There we go. Brazil's back on our side. And we actually have... Yeah, we have 6 points because the NATO's actually pretty good for us. A little bit more into the space race. Resource demand 60. Influence in Thailand and Vietnam and South Korea. But fill for 2 points. I don't have influence over Thailand and Vietnam. That's kind of a problem. Vietnam right now is very pro... Actually, where was her crisis? There was crisis in Argentina. But I have no money to actually do anything about that. So what can I do? Or insurgents are destabilizing France, destabilizing Spain. I mean, here's the thing: we can rally nuclear weapons. The thing when you threaten nuclear weapons is that it could just end the game immediately. But a lot of countries would not support us. Let's ready nuclear weapons. They back down, I'm assuming. Algeria, Syria, Bulgaria, and North Korea all believe the Soviet Union is weak. What we like to see... Probably, you know, we did risk ending the game. That's kind of the thing you got to be aware of when you're playing this. Is that it is pretty dangerous. And we just spend all our money on the space race. But we're weakening Soviet control. We also got some insurgents. Ignore the insurgency in Thailand at the moment. We'll provide some foreign aid. Give them some money. And does this actually increase our... It does not increase diplomacy. But we're at least supporting you. I'm gonna spend 1 point and see if there's anybody in Germany we can find. No, nobody in West Germany, at least not at the moment. And we'll put our last point in the space race. I want to get these 2 free points. 2 free points is always nice. Surgeons are still destabilizing. You know what? I should probably just look for spies in Thailand. There's really nobody, huh? I mean, it's like we can invade Thailand, but like, what does that give us? I think basically nothing. think we are maybe like, yeah, one more point and the space race will now be completed. We've now landed on the moon. Got this little animation for it. Eagle has landed. Let's go. Greatest country on Earth. I guess if the AI is smart, they wouldn't put their spies in range of our satellite. Which, I mean, makes sense. Soviet Union's down, yeah, they're down to 2 points, so I'm assuming they lost majority in one of these areas. United Front, like, United Front is just, it's so difficult to actually obtain. Yeah, I have no points anyway. Go to next turn. Soviet Union's deployed a spy somewhere. China's actually now on our side. Let's do a little bit of diplomacy. We can get Vietnam and Thailand on our side. I think we complete that one mission, assuming it's still actually active. Would be nice. I do realize that Malaysia doesn't exist in this timeline, but that's okay. And actually, more countries trying to align ourselves. Yeah, Thailand's still a little bit in a bit of a mess. Soviet Union investing in Yemen. The Japanese government now favors Soviet Union. That's actually kind of okay. Do a little bit of foreign aid to you, just so you're not completely exploding. Yeah, Thailand is on our side. And I'm assuming if we do more diplomacy, this would give us bright blue, which is going to be much harder for Soviets to break. Again, assuming we don't just get murdered at some point. Oh, now there's been a coup. Violent coup d'etat. Present the case to the United Nations. Threatened military invention. Ready nuclear weapons. They said no. Haha. Nerd. I mean, Greece is a little bit upset with us, but Japan, Yemen, Finland, and Thailand have also aligned with us. Okay, but now Thailand's back on our side. A little bit of foreign aid. Really? No, it's not enough for you? We still got a majority in NATO, even though 3 of the countries have actually left the alliance, unfortunately. And are you still... You start demand 60. Even then, actually, I don't have 60 resources. 10% chance. Let's deploy an agent in Vietnam. Did I really get assassinated? Okay, but at least I know. I guess I know there's a Soviet spy, so we've killed one of them at least. So I only have 1 spy left, which is not good. I mean, who do I... Arab League. We have 2 out of... Yeah, like, that's not happening. South Asia? You only need 1 more country on side. But actually, I have no money right now, so let's just end our turn here. Thailand's once again been cooed. Hey, I won! When he first took office and started communism spreading throughout the world was very real in the minds of the American public. America called upon you to show strong leadership, understand that peaceful coexistence was tantamount to surrender. Under your leadership, you provided technical and economic assistance to guerrillas fighting against the Soviet army all over the world. You supported anti-communist insurgents, safeguarded your closest allies, and changed fortunate regimes, all while avoiding direct and open confrontation with the enemy. There was tense moments when the world was held its breath, hoping that you would not plunge into Armageddon, but when the Soviet Union finally started to buckle against the population's greater demands for greater civil liberties, the wave of countries soon began to declare their independence, and a coup d'etat in the Soviet Union will fail. But the damages will be done within a year. Your assigned Soviet Social Republic will be dissolved. Nobody really wins this Cold War. Your nation spent a vast fortune and lost many lives waging proxy wars around the world. Loss to the Soviet Union has created a power vacuum that will be filled with many new, potentially more dangerous actors. Oh, there we go. 5% chance all those gooses set. That actually seems really powerful. But there we go. I actually didn't expect to win that quickly, but that was Precipice. If you enjoyed this video, remember the thumbs up. If you're not enjoying it, please thumb down. And for all of my links, you find them over at www.anthnwam.com. But for now, subscribe, comment down below, like video, all the stuff that I think I've already said. And yeah, have a good bye.